I have great experience of working with young people, um, one to one, you know, being in that space with them. You know, I think it's a really privileged position to be in, and specifically when I am, you know, my objective is to build trust with them. So that's what I've been doing for years. um you know, and I'm not an expert in many other areas that relate to this topic, probably. And yeah, sometimes I just read all of, you know, all of the problems that we're all facing, or the challenges we're all facing, and you know, it's utterly overwhelming. So in a way, that's quite good to see. That is how it is for a parent, in general. And that is one thing to say straight off the bat, that, you know, we have um, we have a duty really for our young people and for our children. I suppose we're talking about specifically here, but for all young people, to take the pressure off them, you know, and to do everything that we can to take any of our pressure that we might bring to them, any of our anxieties and our worries that may just bring a greater and greater intensity to what's already a very intense period of life, and a very intense period of inhumanity, like right now. You know, as someone said in the group, you know, it's different with this new group of teenagers, even to the ones that are just 3 or 4 years old. There's someone in the group, I can't remember who it is, has much older children. And, you know, it was different, well, older, like 20, 22, you know, even 18. And it was a different world then, a different time then. And so these teenagers now, 12, 14 or whatever, coming through now, you know, the world really is in quite a dynamic state at the moment. So that's just one thing to say, that really the foundations for us as parents to empower, motivate, um, support and inspire our children, they really are love and acceptance and belonging, and our role modeling of peace and settledness, being relaxed and restful ourselves, and being that sanctuary for them, you know, being a really warm, loving home for them with unconditional acceptance and belonging, is a supreme backdrop for their flourishing in life, and dealing with the anxieties that many of them feel at this. I mean, I remember feeling it myself, like, wow, the world was so different. That's probably why I do the work I do. You know, my teenage years, there was a time when I really could have done with leadership and mentorship from somewhere else, somewhere other than what I was getting, despite my brilliant family background and schooling and everything, you know, absolutely the top, the best. But still, you know, there was something I needed, a plug-in that I needed in this age and stage. And that was without any of these, wow, the latest smorgasbord of like complexities and difficulties for young people and for parents. Wow, it's a dynamic time. So yeah, we'd better learn as a species to be adaptable and responsive. And of course, that could never be more useful than in parenting. And for our children to see that we can flex and adapt. You know, it is a time to jump ship from the old ways of doing things, um, and you know, to break cycles that have gone on for a long time as well. Like also mentioned yesterday was, I'm just completely freestyling off my notes here now, but who cares? It feels good, feels right. But yeah, to break the cycles from the way we were parented, you know, and the way our parents were parented, and that generation, our parents, you know, um, the way they parented us, the way they went about things just isn't appropriate anymore in so many different ways. And also they are probably there in all of our lives, our parents, our children's grandparents, you know, if they're still alive, exerting some pressures also to kind of maintain these dying institutions and systems, you know, schooling, GCSEs, you know, and for things to look exactly like they want it to look. And we're feeling that we've got to, like, you know, we've got to do the same thing that we did and that they did. And really, it's a time of great opening and great potential for changing the record, you know, and just looking at really what's going to serve our children, what's really going to support them, and just opening up to all kinds of new possibilities. I mean, yeah, where the old institutions may be dying, they are dying, in my opinion, already kind of gone for people, even in this group, making really brave and new and brilliant choices. You know, many new opportunities are coming up. So, you know, it's a great time for us as a group here in this challenge week to be as pioneering as we want to be, to liberate ourselves and our children from any expectations about how their education has to look, or yeah, how we should be doing it. You know, each of our children is so different, so many different. I mean, it's just so good to get to know you all. It is a flood, it is an avalanche. I'm like, why have I put my hand up for this? Because I'm like, wah. But at the same time, it's exactly what I that's exactly where I kind of want to be working.